Welcome to Everything Mental Health with your hosts, Chris Weeks and Maureen Edwards.
Just continuing on our discussion about, why people relapse, and it just came to mind. Well, if why people relapse, well, what is recovery? Like, what is that definition of recovery?
Mm-hmm. Well, according to the American Society of Addiction Medicine, recovery is a process of sustained action that addresses the biological, psychological, social, and spiritual disturbances inherent in addiction. It aims to improve the quality of life by seeking balance and healing in all aspects of health and wellness, while addressing an individual's consistent pursuit of abstinence, impairment in behavioral control, dealing with cravings, recognizing problems in one's behaviors and interpersonal relationships, and dealing more effectively with emotional responses.
It sounds very difficult. Like, that's a lot of stuff. Like, if you're going to go into recovery, you've got to overhaul everything.
Well, yeah, you're looking at all of it. You're looking at the biological, you're looking at the psychological, you're looking at the social, the spiritual, you're even looking at the sexual, and so, as far as we've talked about grief and loss, and sometimes you don't realize the losses that you've experienced in these areas as well. And right. So how this medicine wheels, the ways in which we look at the holistic approach, then is sort of and all aspects of this, even your connection to your higher power, that idea, and all of it, and sometimes biologically, physically, a person has been severely affected by the use of the substance, psychologically as well, in terms of issues with mental health. Of course, socially, because you possibly isolated yourself from meaningful relationships, and so the ones that you have are fleeting, if any at all, or they're just convenient in terms of how you're going to get something, whatever it might be. And so yeah, there is a lot going on when you go into this place of recovery, and it's not easy.
Some people would define recovery as a spiritual awakening, or that resurrection into a new being, a new person. What do you think of that concept?
I think it's a brilliant way of looking at it. In terms, what came to mind is the hero's journey, and that too could be considered a spiritual awakening when you have gone through the sort of the underbelly, you've gone through the shadow side, you've gone through
the dark night of the soul,
night of the soul, and you've emerged now as the kind of the whole person, who is now in a place where they're able to even highlight and return the gifts that they've discovered for someone else, the person who has been there. And I've seen these remarkable transformations with individuals who now become mentors for those who are going through the throes of addiction, or even in the first stages of recovery. And it's fascinating. It's fascinating at times because you know, I know, we know where people are when they're at certain stages and certain things that they're saying to themselves. Even well, yeah, I got this time, or yeah, I'm clean. I'm clean. Well, oftentimes you can be clean, but are you clear? And
Right.
that's one that kind of can come back and bite you in the ass at times, in terms of thinking that I'm clean and I got this, but how clear are you in those areas that we referenced, right?
Right.
In the biological, psychological, social, spiritual, even the sexual, because you will see all kinds of things kind of coming up emotionally, and from your issues with trauma and whatnot, when you have removed yourself from the use of that substance over the course of 3 months or 6 months or whatever.